Welcome back, my friends. My name is Eric. This is Rome. Apparently, Russ Bullock of Piranha Games, um, low key dropped mention that there's a new game coming out for MechWarrior, uh, potentially in 2024. Um, there's an interview somewhere. If we go here, right here with NGNG, maybe I can move me out of the way there for the moment anyway. Where am I going to be able to live in this? Well, we'll leave me here for now. We'll leave me. It'll be okay. We'll cover Sean's face. Anyway, there's an interview. As you can see, I had started to watch it. I made it about 16 minutes in, and then I got busy doing other stuff and didn't get back to it. Apparently, I should have. So I've been seeing chat channels, kind of blowing up's too strong a word, but commenting on it. Now, history. I've met Russ. I think I like him quite a lot. My first impression is he's not really a people person. He's fairly blunt and kind of, but I think he'd rather be in the corner by himself than talking to a lot of other people. But I like Russ quite a lot. I was a huge MechWarrior Online player throughout the beta and into the early release of the game, and was lucky enough to get an invite to be in the launch tournament in San Francisco. My team did horribly, but I was there. I met Russ, obviously. It was his brother, I believe, and then a few other people from Piranha, and then Sean and Darren were there as well for NGNG. And then I got to I spent the next day at the NGNG Con just around the corner, which is where I got to hang out with Russ and a few other people. So I have a little bit of personal knowledge of the people, but not huge. Also, where I met BB Wolf, bitching Betty herself, who's amazing. I carried her trophies around because her team did much better than mine. She has a great Twitch channel, so I recommend taking a look at for her as well. So anyway, so that's my little bit of background on the personalities involved. Let's go ahead and hit play, and we'll see what's going on with this.
See, I forget certification stuff, and so it's everything. It's everything from like when you.
Oh, hold on. We don't want to watch all of it. Somebody
hit
kindly
the eject button on the
kindly
PlayStation.
gave us time codes. That's what I meant to do.
Safely
36.
save.
Here we go. This
Piranha.
is
the of course, DLC 4 coming out for MechWarrior 5. And there is another MechWarrior game in development, Piranha. I'll just say that it's not a MechWarrior 9 2. It's not the successor to MechWarrior 9. It's not an online PvP online. It's think of it more in line with MechWarrior 5, but a standalone game. So it's a standalone product, and so I guess that's an exclusive announcement for you. But that's all I'll say for now. It'll be announced later. Don't know. If I had to guess, it may even be until who knows, somewhere in 2023. It'll be announced in 2023, maybe.
That's Russ. Every time he tried to give a date or made a guess at when something would happen or what might, he always gets like burned at the stake if they're 20 minutes late on whatever he said, or 20 minutes early for that matter. So that was him about to give us a time and then go, no, I've learned my lesson. Let me step back, and I'm just not going to promise anything.
Even as late as the fall, like September or something. So it'll be a while. You'll have to wait around to see what that is. But more in line with the MechWarrior 5 type of experience, meaning it'll be a game that comes out onto all the platforms, PC and console, and follows more of a single player co-op type of pathway, kind of building off of that whole technology base, which makes sense. So it's not the next online game. So to answer your question though, what I still like to do, we'll just call it MechWarrior 9 2 for our conversation.
Sure.
It doesn't mean it's the exact same game. It just has a 2 in front of it or something.
Okay. So the rest of this is obviously going to be about MechWarrior Online, which is a great game. I really enjoyed it. I stopped playing not because the game was bad, but because my community became pretty toxic and just kind of sucked the joy out of it for me. But it's not a negative on the game. So I guess that is that's the news. Potentially in the fall, we'll have more of an announcement. about what it is. Standalone, more MechWarrior, but not. It doesn't sound like he's going to call it MechWarrior 6. He says it's a standalone game. Clan? What are our bets on this one? Obviously, Clan's the obvious one, right? Everybody wants a clan invasion. Clan invasion's hard to do with the PvP, clan versus intersphere, because of the huge dramatic imbalance within the actual stats of the games and lore. So you either get people angry because the game's unbalanced, or you get people angry because you didn't stick with the stats from the canon, right? There's no it's a no win. But if you play as just clan going against just inner sphere, you get a pretty good difficulty curve, right? Because initially it's a raffle stomp, right? They just roll over them. So that's your beginning level, right? You're that an early attack. You've got pretty good mechs against what they're doing. They're not expecting anything. They don't understand what it is. And then as the inner sphere gets their stuff together, right, the game gets more and more difficult. And so your difficulty ramps up as a clanner. It's hard to do the other way around because, again, that difficulty curve goes the opposite way, right? You start out getting stomped. You're expected to lose for the first, 3 years of the game before you can start winning anything, right? And even then, it takes a kind of a big suicide strike to start to turn things around. So it works much better as a clan versus intersphere than intersphere versus clan. MechWarrior has generally been a mercenary commander, hence the so if you come in as the clan with the official part of the organization, you're not running a mech company. I can see that as not being considered a MechWarrior 6, but just being a standalone mech clan game, if that makes sense. I guess we don't need the backdrop there. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts? What do you think it is? It's good news for me. MechWarrior 5s get a little bit long in the tooth. Mods have helped keep us going for a long time. Obviously, the DLCs have done a great job. They have continued to support the game really well, and to support the modders themselves. It doesn't take much reading in either on Nexus or within the discords of the various modders to know that Piranha has done. At least some individual developers have gone out of their way to help people develop mods for the game, which has been really, really welcome and nice. And I think they should get more credit for that. Anyway, but it's been a while at this point. It'd be nice to have a new MechWarrior shiny toy to play with. So that's all I got today. Just kind of a quick react of Russ's comments. And let me know down below. What do you guys want? What do you think? Right? What you want and what you think it's going to be obviously are probably two different things. But I'd love to know what your guys' thoughts are on it. And I guess we'll just keep paying attention. Maybe in 6 or 8 months, we'll hear more. It doesn't sound like there's going to be a big, huge, long development time. If it's going to come out in 2024, we're probably not going to get like Rogue Trader where we get like a huge alpha access for early. We'll probably get a beta similar to what we did for MechWarrior 5, or maybe we get a month or two of beta and then we jump into it. I can't see there being, if the game's going to be out in 2024 and it's got to run on all platforms, which is a negative for me. If it has to run, I'm a Sony guy, but it has to run on say like a PlayStation 4, like MechWarrior 5 did. That's bad for PC guys, right? Because we get a watered down experience. It's got to run on crap hardware. It has to run on a potato. Why do I have a giant expensive gaming computer? You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. Anyway, that's it. I'm just rambling now. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Cheers.